Welcome to your quad stretches. Today we're going to go through 3 different stretches. One's going to get kind of the middle quad, or the quad that runs right up the front of the leg. We're going to get one for the quad that runs down the outside of the leg, and then one that kind of goes across to the inside. So we're going to start with the middle one. So you want to get a mat, you want to be near a wall. So we're going to start with the right knee on the ground, which means your right foot is going to be elevated up onto the wall. So get that right knee as close to the wall as you can. Your toes, eventually you want to lay your foot flat. If that's too uncomfortable, you can have the toes curl underneath. It's up to you. Left foot, you're going to be flat out front. You're going to get vertical through that spine as much as you possibly can. Now, if there's too much pressure in that kneecap or the knee joint, come away from the wall a little bit. So eventually, your goal is to get as close to that wall as you can. Spine as vertical as you can. And we're going to tuck the hips under. So when you tuck under, you want to feel like the front of this hip is lifting upward to pull on that quad. And as that happens, you're going to build more tension. And also when you do that, you should feel like your quad almost pushes forward. And whatever knee is down, that arm's going to be out front. So our right knee is down, so our right arm's going to be out front. You're going to push, and you're going to raise that arm up. So basically from right wrist all the way down this chain of muscles into that knee, you're going to start to lift up. So as you lift, you're still tucking under. Now I want the hips to go into a slight extension. So that means you're going to push your butt forward as you lift taller through that spine, creating more and more tension. Now, if you do feel this in the lower back, there could be some rotation happening. So you need to figure out which way your hips need to twist to try to get out of the lower back. It's not a bad thing if it's there. I want mainly through quad, maybe into the hip flexors to feel this length. So every breath, inhale, lift, exhale, lift. Make sure there's a nice straight line from the wrist through the shoulder, through the hip, into the knee. Some of your hips may be shifting. Get into that good alignment. Let's go one more big breath, one more big lift, and we're going to slowly release out of that, and we're going to switch it up. So let's go left knee down, as close to the wall as you can, and get that left foot up on the wall, and that right foot comes out front. Each side's probably going to feel a little different. If this side's not as bad, I'm going to try to go a little further back, get more tension. If you do feel wobbly, maybe go a little wider with the feet or legs. All right, so left knee's down, so that left arm's gonna come out front. So you wanna tuck under. Ah, there it is. So again, when you tuck, the front of this hip trying to come up. Almost feeling like the quad pushing to the front. Make sure left arm is pushing and then you raise up. So from that left wrist, all the way down through that knee, a lengthening, still tucking the hips under, almost like the front of this hip is coming up. And again, into a little bit of extension. So squeeze the butt, gently push the butt forward as you lift through that spine, get taller. Getting that extension can really open up the front of this hip. It can open up that quad pretty quick. Now with that arm being up, palm can be flat to the ceiling, fingers out to the side. If this angle is bothering shoulders, maybe out front a little bit, but eventually straight up. Again, check yourself. Hopefully if there's a mirror in front of you, nice straight line down this whole left side of your body. 2 more big breaths. Every breath you lift, exhale, lift. One more, inhale, lift. Exhale, lift a little more. And then gently release out of that. And we're gonna move on to the next one. So this next one is gonna be, we're gonna do the outside quad. Outside quad here. So we're gonna do left knee first, left knee down. Right foot's out front. So my back is gonna face you guys because of the positioning of this, but I want you to be able to see this left quad. And when I do the other angle, you'll be able to see my face. So with the left knee down, that means your right hand is gonna grab that left ankle. So if you can't reach, you can use a stretching strap or even a long towel, perfectly fine. Left hand's gonna come down on the ground. So you're gonna shift forward here. And be gentle. There's a lot of bending of that knee. So just do what you can by pulling that heel towards your butt. So you want to tuck under. You're going to rotate your chest to the right to create a little bit more tension. Now, my hips are going to shift just a little left And I'm going to be pulling on that left ankle. So when I pull on the left ankle, I'm slightly pulling it to the right. And as that happens, my foot, I'm trying to pull my foot to the left. And when I do that, my left knee is going to start to turn in, which is going to create that tension almost from the outside of your left hip down through the outside of that left knee. I'm tucking under, I'm shifting forward, and I'm also kind of pushing my butt to the left, or push my hips to the left to get that length through that outside quad. If I can, I'm going to pull a little bit more on that ankle, get it a little closer to my butt. We're going to go 2 more big breaths. Again, get that tuck under, really pull the hips up towards the ribs. Go 1 more big breath, and then slowly release out of that, very gently, very carefully. Then we're going to switch it up. So when you switch, now I'm going to be able to face you, so you can see me and my expressions that I might make. So left foot's going to be out front. So with that right knee down, again, this is the outside of my right quad, or the outside of the right leg. I'm going to bring my right hand down the ground. I'm going to bring my left heel or left ankle into my right hand. So I'm shifting forward, opening the chest, rotating chest to the left. I'm gently pulling my right foot to the left with my left hand. And as that happens, my right foot is trying to pull to the right, creating that internal rotation through that right quad and that right knee. I'm pushing my hips to the right, tucking under, and I'm just lengthening the spine. So I feel like my knee and spine are just going opposite to really lengthen through that quad, that outside quad. So again, I'm gently pulling right foot to the left as my foot is trying to go right at the same time, which creates that internal rotation at the knee and the quad. I'm tucking under, I'm pushing hips to the right, and I'm breathing. Give me 2 more big breaths. Keep that length. I'm using my right hand to help lengthen. Go 1 more big breath. And then you're going to slowly release out of that. Then we got 1 more to do, which is going to be more of the quad that connects out here, right, out of the outer hip, and it kind of goes across and then down to the inside of your knee. So we're getting that one. So pretty much same setup as we just did, but now you're going to use the same hand on the same foot. So we're going to start with the left one. So left knee down, right foot's out front. So again, it's going to be same hand now grabbing that ankle. So the rotations are going to be slightly different, causing that tension where we need it. So I'm going to, either way, you can bring right hand down, or you can kind of lean onto that right leg, whatever is easier or comfortable for you. You're going to grab left ankle again. All right, I'm actually going to bring my hand down. It just gets me in a deeper position. So tuck under, shift forward. So I'm trying to pull my left foot to the left with my left hand, but as I do that, my left foot's trying to go right. So now I'm creating external rotation at the quad and the kneecap. So my left knee is turning left, but now I'm shifting towards my right foot. So with the hips going towards right foot, I'm tucking under. I'm gently trying to pull left foot to the left as my left foot is trying to go right. So my arm is trying to pull my foot left, but my leg or my foot is trying to go right, which creates that external rotation at the quad and kneecap. And we're trying to get, so the connection point is the outside part of the hip, and it goes across the front of the leg down to the inside of that knee. So we're trying to get that connection. So give me 1 more big breath, 1 more big work, and you're going to gently, slowly release out of that, and we're going to switch sides. So the reason we're doing 3 of these different quad stretches, you might not need all of them. You'll have to find the one that's more tense or tighter and work at that. And that can change depending on what kind of quad work you do. So now we've got right knee down, left foot out front. Since I got a little bit of flexibility, I'm going to bring my left hand onto the ground. I'm going to grab my right ankle. I'm going to shift forward a little bit. I'm going to tuck under. So again, my right hand, trying to pull my foot to the right, but then my leg or my foot is trying to go left, creating that rotational tension. So when you do that, you should feel like your right quad tries to turn right, which then turns the kneecap to the right, then I'm shifting my hips to the left. So all those fine tuning really gets the proper quad in tension. And then we work it. So I'm tucking under. I keep trying to pull my heel towards my butt with my hand. And my right hand is also trying to pull my right foot to the right. But then my right foot and my leg are trying to pull left, which creates that rotation. And I just lengthen. So I'm constantly lengthened, almost trying to push my butt to the right, create more tension. So my butt's trying to go right. My right knee's turning right. But I'm shifting towards that left foot. And I'm breathing. Let's go 2 more big breaths. And you're just trying to build on all those different movements I asked you. 1 more big breath. And then as you exhale, slowly release out of that. And that was for your quads. So what we did, first one we hit the middle quads. There's actually a couple that kind of run down the front of the leg. The next one was more of the outside quad. And the last one we just did was more of the one on the inside. So figure out which one you need, keep practicing, and remember that could change day to day, week to week. So keep trying them all. Good luck.